This is Garrett Fry, the cemetery sequence lead for 3D digital map painting, and we're doing the shot brief for 1441. So let's go ahead and take a look at this shot. It starts off on the right and pans to the left. So like other shots, the point of this shot is this road that goes through here. So whatever additions that you're making, you want to make sure that you see enough of this road so that it makes sense. You don't want to put anything that's really big right here because then that kills the depth of the shot. So, on these shots, we are adding gravestones, but we're not changing the shot. So we're enhancing the shots. We're not changing the point of these shots. So in this area here, you're going to want to put some gravestones here because we're filling up this area. Make sure that you keep a lot of the interesting bits here. So probably a gravestone right here wouldn't be a good idea, or right here, because then that kills the depth of that. So make sure you're leaving the appropriate spaces in there so that you can see back into the graveyard. You also have space here to put gravestones, even maybe a ground grave marker here so that you can leave space for that. Or you can put a really big gravestone over here in the corner right there. So when you are doing this, you can make sure that you are putting in the correct shadow shapes and it's following the direction of all of the other shadow shapes. And make sure that when you are doing the integration part that you are, you have grass coming over the gravestones and maybe a little bit of dirt. You can see this right here, how nice that integration is, that there's, this grass coming up and there, and you can see that it's kind of sitting in that spot. So you don't want any sharp shapes at the base of your gravestones. It has to be soft. You have to see the little bits of grass. Also, when you're doing it, you're gonna make sure that you have you're matching the light and the shadow side of all of your gravestones. And you can see in this particular shot that you can see really well into the shadow shapes. So you don't want you do want to have it have that same feeling, but you don't want it to feel flat. It has to have dimension, has to feel like there's a shadow side and a light side to all of these gravestones. Before starting out on the shot, it's really important to familiarize yourself with the extensive photo reference in the library. It is worthwhile to do quick matte painting concepts so you can start to understand what kind of photography works for what particular situation. Also, make sure you're utilizing the asset library, especially for those shots that require continuity between environments. These assets can be a huge help, and remember that every asset has high resolution photography, so if the asset is not high enough resolution when rendered, you can overlay it with photography.